Hello Cancer, welcome to March. This is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I'm getting ready to do your reading for March. But before I do that, I want to ring the bells and create some sacred space around this reading. And I want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for liking and commenting. I enjoy hearing the feedback when the readings work for you. So keep them coming. And let's see what's going on in love for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know about their love life? What do Cancers need to know about love in March? We've got Venus is retrograde in March, starting on March 3rd or 4th, depending on where you live. So we're going to be rethinking our relationships in March. Fixing what we can, maybe moving on to something else, revisiting the past. We don't have to, you can take your time and think, because things slow down when planets are retrograde, especially Venus, especially the personal planets like Venus and Mercury. The larger planets, they're always retrograded, so that doesn't affect us as much, although it does to a degree, but not as much as the personal ones. So what does Cancer need to know about love in March? What does Cancer need to know about love? What does Cancer need to know about love? Six of Cups. Knight of Wands, Three of Wands, Five of Cups, the Strength card, the Page of Pentacles, the Star, the Two of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Sun. Oh, this is great. Okay, so you start out with the Six of Cups, crossed by the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. Six of Cups is a card of healing from the past. And it's also a card of reconnecting with someone from the past. And it also means moving to the future, moving to, like, greater harmony coming up. So you might even be moving. The Knight of Wands sometimes can mean a change of job or a change of residence. Or you might be connecting with someone that represents the Knight of Wands. And I'll tell you what in a minute. That could be a fire sign. You might be reconnecting with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it could be that someone from the past comes back and wants to reconnect. And this person can be a lot of fun. This person has adventurous energy. They might not be that reliable, but they're fun to be with. They have this quick energy, like, come on, let's do this, let's do that. They like to go places and do things. So you might be connecting with someone that brings fun and adventure back into your life. But they're not, don't expect them to commit, because they're not really big on commitments. And sometimes they could be a little bit of a flirtatious type of person, like a heartbreaker kind, But if you're not expecting too much from them, they could be fun. They could be a lot of fun. If this doesn't represent a person, it could also mean that that you might be thinking about changing your location of. You might be changing the work that you do, changing jobs, moving, traveling a lot more in March. This is also, it's a travel card. So the Three of Wands is in your past. This is a connection. You've been working on a project with two other people. So this is like a group energy where you've planted some seeds and now you're starting to see the results of them, of the seeds. So whatever you've been working on, you're experiencing a certain degree of success. The Five of Cups is in your past. This is a card of regret. So it's possible that you had a relationship that ended and maybe you're like you're like reevaluating it. You're thinking, you're feeling certain, like you regret how things were handled. Maybe you broke up and it wasn't really a friendly breakup, and you're kind of evaluating, like, maybe I shouldn't have left, or maybe I should have gave him another chance, or maybe I shouldn't have handled things the way I did. So it's either you or the other person that's feeling a sense of loss or a sense of regret over what happened in the past, and wanting to maybe reconnect. I feel like someone from the past might be coming back with the Five of Cups. And maybe a part of you is just focusing, one of you is focusing on your losses. So you might be like thinking of the past and thinking about everything that went wrong in a relationship, rather than focusing on what could go right. Because you have these two cups here that are still full. So there's potential to save this relationship. It's the Five of Cups is like all is not lost. It's not like the Ten of Swords where it's like, that's it, it's done. This is a card of, you can still fix it. So if you've had a breakup or falling out with someone, there's a potential that you can fix it and get back together. You just have to focus on the positive. Or you have to focus on what you have left after a sense of loss. Like maybe if something can't be fixed, okay, what can I do? Where can I go from here? What do I have to work with, and where can I go from here? But I really feel that there's still hope in a relationship. It's just that you're focusing on the negative aspects and not on the positive. So there could be a person in your life that has some good qualities and has some difficult qualities, but you're focusing on the bad stuff, the difficult, and you're not focusing on what's good about this person. And so you're going to have a potential to connect again and see if you can fix it. You're going to have like another round with this person, I think. Especially with these retrograde planets coming up. Venus retrograde in March and Mercury retrograde in April. That's always a time of looking back and redoing. It's like a redo. Let's try again. Let's see if we can make this work the second time around. So especially with Venus there as well, I feel like there might be someone from the past or some past relationship that's coming back, and that you could learn from the past. The lessons of these two cards, especially the Six of Cups, is learning from the past, learning from your past mistakes, and making things better the next time around. Like, okay, I'm not going to do that again because I know that didn't work. I'm going to grow, and you're growing and you're changing, and I've learned my lesson. I'm going to do something different this time around. And it may even be that you have to involve through counseling, because this Strength card here is coming up in the future. And the Pentacles is a card of being open to new ideas. It's usually the student card, but really what it means, it could also mean that you need to be open and willing to compromise and willing to see things from another person's perspective. So both of you, and you may have to do that through counseling. I feel that if there's a relationship that's having problems, you can fix it. This is a card of dealing with controlling your inner beast or your emotions. Like, we all have a reactive state. We all have a wild animal inside. The part of us that is reckless, the part of us that gets angry and overreacts, the part of us that says things we don't really mean, or does things on the spur of the moment in anger that we regret. So sometimes the Strength card can mean someone has a problem with anger, dealing with anger, and they have a tendency to explode without thinking. And then later they feel sorry because they lost control. It's about self-control, controlling your emotions, not going to extremes of emotion. It can also mean trying not to be a bully. Because sometimes with the Strength card, someone might be, I don't know how to get my needs met, so I'm going to be a bully. I'm going to be belligerent, and I'm going to demand this and that. And this is a card of saying, no, you can't. You have to use kindness. You have to soften your approach. Instead of making these bullying demands or being the tyrant, use kindness and sweetness to get what you want. Don't be so hard. So you're going to be dealing with your personal demons in March. Let's put it that way. And if you can do that, you can save a relationship, or you could have a chance to reunite and make things better. But you have to be open to learning. You have to be open to change. And you have to be open to another perspective, to looking at things from another side, from another person's point of view. So the Strength card could mean having some kind of going through counseling, having to deal with certain issues that where you learn how to control your anger, where you learn how to control your reactive nature. And it could be also, sometimes the page can relate to a young person. So you might be dealing with a child who's being rebellious. And you have to use counseling, or you have to use kindness to reach this person. You can't bully this person. Or you can't boss this person and say, I want you to do this my way because I'm the, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do things my way. That's not going to work. You have to be kind and gentle. The Star card here is the wish fulfillment card. So you have a dream that you want to achieve in a love relationship, and it's very possible. Like maybe you want a serious commitment with someone, because you have the Hierophant and the Sun and the Star. I mean, if you're looking for marriage, if you want to hook up with someone that you really you're really compatible with, you can get that. The Star, it's just not, it may not happen right away. You might have to go through this counseling, this period of rebuilding and learning how to relate to each other all over again. But you can have that. Because here's like, you might be dealing with someone here with the Two of Pentacles who's got a lot going on in their life, and maybe they're too busy for you. They're trying to juggle a million things, and they just don't have the time to devote to the relationship. But it's not that they don't care, it's just that they have too many things on their plate. So I think you just need to take time, and don't be impatient in the month of March. The Hierophant is a card of, it's in your wish fulfillment. So you want a commitment. You don't want to just live with someone, or, you want something that's traditional. So you want a relationship that leads to commitment. You want to have something stable, something conservative. This could also mean that you're dealing with institutions. So you could meet someone through like school. Maybe you're taking a class and you meet someone if you're not involved. This is like a teaching and learning. This is a card of learning, teaching your wisdom. It's a card of wisdom, really, and sharing your wisdom. So you could be a teacher. You could be either teaching a class, or you could be going back to school to learn more. Maybe learning, connecting with a new spiritual path. Getting back to some kind of spirituality. But either way, the Sun at the very end of the reading is in the best position. The Sun means that you could overcome any problems. If you've been having issues in a relationship, you can overcome them. The Sun is saying that everything is going to work out in the end. Don't worry, because Cancers have a tendency to worry. So if you've had a falling out with someone, or if someone has, maybe you have some regrets over an argument, or the way things were handled in the past, you are going to have a chance to try again. You're going to have a chance to make things better. And you can achieve your goal. You can have more stability. You can have more commitment. You could wind up really connecting with someone on a good level, where you honor your inner child. The Sun is about having fun. The Sun is about honoring your inner child, like two people that really enjoy being together, and they have fun with it together, and they laugh and they play, like as if they were in a sandbox at 5 years old on the beach or something. So you can have that with someone. You could have the joy come back into your life. You just have to lighten up a little bit. And maybe, I think counseling might help. Maybe you just need to go on a trip with the Knight of Wands. Maybe you just need to get out of town. You take your partner and you just say, hey, let's go away for the weekend or somewhere. And you reconnect, you recharge the relationship. Maybe you've both been bogged down with work and you haven't had enough time to devote to each other. And you just need some time together to have fun. Put everything behind you, all your problems, and just go out and have fun. So that's a possibility too. But whatever it is, you have the ability to overcome and have a happy solution. Because the sun is always a great card of, it's like the day is cloudy and the clouds break and the sun comes out and everything's going to be okay. So don't worry. It may take about 2 months before things start to come together. So you may have to have a little bit of patience. But if you stick with it, and if you're committed to this relationship, and you consider, the other person, and you're willing to go for counseling if that's needed, to work on not only you both have to work on each other, on yourself. You can't control the other person. You can only control yourself. So if you both work at it, you can salvage this relationship, and it can be better. You can overcome any problems and make things and move into a more harmonious time, and move away from this time of regret and sorrow. And you can heal from the past. That's another thing about this card. These two cards is healing from the past. Don't let the present person pay for the sins of the past. Maybe you were hurt in a relationship in the past, and so you've built up certain defense mechanisms that are preventing love from happening or connection. So, and you can get, through counseling, you can learn how to break through that and let go, release. Because this is a theme that's been coming up a lot, about releasing the past, releasing patterns of behavior that no longer serve you, that don't make sense anymore, so that you can embrace the future, and a better future, a more connected future, a more loving future. So, and have a dream come true. Look at these two cards. These are one of the two best cards in the deck. When I see these cards, I always feel hopeful. And because this is a dream come true, this is the sun. It's like the warmth. Think of the warmth of the sun. Think of being out on a sunny, warm day, and the weather is beautiful, and you just feel great, and you're having fun. That's what this card is. It's just fun. So that's coming in March. You're going to have a chance to connect with someone that brings joy back into your life. So don't worry. Don't let worry attract problems to you. Embrace this opportunity to make things better, and to heal from the past, and to heal whatever you need to heal within yourself, to be less angry, to be more childlike, and lighten up and have fun. Remember what it was like to be a child and to have fun. That will help your relationship. So that's my message, Cancer. And I wish you luck and love and sunny days in March. And I will talk to you again next month. Thank you.